Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. The pick-me dance, when you have to compete with his adult daughter, needs support. Bear with me. This is extremely long. TL, Doctor, my BF's adult daughter has made my BF choose between her and I for the last almost 3 years, and I am still here trying to fight. My BF, 55, pays for his daughter's, 27, every expense. She lives in a very upscale apartment in another city which he bought for his property portfolio. He pays the mortgage as well as all utilities. She receives a salary from the company, and has been since she turned 18, even though she never worked for the company. Her car was bought for her by the company, and her fuel, insurance and all maintenance is paid by the company. Her cell phone and health insurance is paid by the company as well. Daily expenses like Uber and fast food restaurants is paid for by using his cards. Her salary goes toward her groceries and the once-a-week cleaner. When my BF broke it off with his ex-girlfriend in 2018, his daughter, 25 at the time, told him that he isn't allowed to move another woman into his house for at least 6 months. He agreed to the conditions she laid down. He told me this one morning as we were brushing our teeth. She told him that he has to ask for her permission if a lady so much as wants to leave a toothbrush at his place. There I am wondering how this is even a healthy relationship, and he explains by saying that all of his previous girlfriends interfered with their daddy-daughter relationship and she never liked one of them. I asked him to come clean with her and tell her about his relationship with me. He said he would. One day he is taking her to the airport and she explodes. She wants to know when he was planning on telling her that he was having sex with me. She apparently lost her mind and said she won't give her blessing as we did this behind her back, and she wants nothing to do with our relationship. This probably doesn't sound like the end of the world, right? Right. However, this meant that every time he took a phone call from his daughter, I had to be as quiet as a mouse, not a cough or a sneeze, because the minute she found out I was with him, she'd disconnect the call and send him a stinky message about how he always chooses his girlfriends over her. She would later warm up to me. Warm up in the sense that she would now use me as the punchline for every joke she made while visiting or via phone, video calls. She called my 7-year-old BH on 2 occasions as a joke. She was absolutely insufferable. However, I had been warned by the people at the office that if you step on the daughter's toes, you step on daddy's toes. I remained quiet and took it on the chin. When I spoke to him about her behavior, he would say she didn't mean it that way, or when it got really bad, he said he would talk to her about it. Guess what? He never did. I compromised for the sake of the relationship. She wants to go to Thailand in March 2019 and dad must pay for the vacation. It will be me, my BF, his daughter and his son on the trip. He invited me with. I find out I am not going with via means of the Thailand trip WhatsApp group that flights had been booked. I wasn't part of the group either. He says it's because she said she wanted it to be a family vacation and he never told her I was invited. Besides, he says, you're scared of flying anyway. She decides that she is going overseas to work on the fancy yachts, and daddy sorts all the visas and required courses, hotels, flights, spending money, you name it. Let's say he spent about $50,000 on getting her there. After a few days the calls started and she was in tears about how these people are mistreating her on the yacht, and daddy absolutely breaks every time he hears her in this terrible state. Here I am having to listen to this every night, and then she even started calling me when her dad was too busy to get advice and to vent. My advice was always kind, as I tried to see it as my child in that position. She ended up coming back to the country after about 7 months on the yacht. She behaved like an absolute brat and she had to have surgery due to developing carpal tunnel. It was an extremely trying time. The bow broke when she brought that entitled bratty attitude to my daughter's 7th birthday party in 2019. She belittled my daughter and me in front of my 2 best friends. She also tried to talk crap about me behind my back, and my friends came and told me. After a couple of days of her avoiding me, I ended up sending a stinker of an email. This email has now become the salt she sprinkles on nearly every conversation she has with her dad. I have broken up with my BF about 4 times in the last almost 3 years due to the cheating, and the 3rd time was because of his daughter's behavior at my child's birthday party. She called him and cried about the email and he sided with her. I moved the day after the email was sent. Please understand that I preempted this exact outcome and I had collected boxes for the move. FFW and we get back together. However, I have kept my accommodation at my friend's house, because one never knows when the ST is going to hit the fan again. His daughter is not happy about it. However, he tells me that he has explained that he will not give up the love of his life for his daughter's tantrums and demands. He says he chooses me. We went on a beach holiday last week and this was the first trip my 8-year-old daughter decided to come with. We went to the beach every day, played in the waves, went to the movies, went out to restaurants. So as my BF is speaking to his daughter, she wants to know what the plans are for the evening. He tells her that we're going for a bite to eat somewhere and she loses her mind because you never take me to the movies, you never take me to restaurants. The message she sent was as follows: other people get treated better than I do. You always give more to the people who only take from you. So needless to say, the night was a little ruined and so was the rest of the holiday. During this little break, he is told that his brother who has terminal cancer is on a decline. He says we need to fly down to see his brother. His brother lives in the same city as his daughter. My words to him were, you should go alone because nobody in that city wants me there. He insists that he wants the love of his life by his side for support and FK what other people think or feel. We book the flights and I buy weather appropriate clothing for that ice cold city. She only finds out that I am coming with the night before the flight and loses her mind. She demands that he leaves me behind because they have to work on their shitty relationship, and if he brings me with, then she will know that he once again chooses his girlfriend over a relationship with his daughter. She sends the saddest voice note begging him to not bring me with, pleading with him to do the right thing. She threatens every time to cut him off in any conversation about me. He tells me that I am going with him, no matter what. The next morning he calls me from the office and says that he has decided to go alone to sort this shit out once and for all. I am not ashamed to say that my soul left my body and demon mode was activated. This was 3 days ago. When I called him tonight to ask him whether he has spoken to her once and for all, he says the timing hasn't been right and that he has been so busy trying to sort stuff with his brother, even though he is staying in her apartment this entire trip. I have had to compete with multiple women over the last 3 years. I have also unknowingly been doing the pick-me dance when it comes to his daughter. My relationship with him and her relationship with her father are 2 different dynamics and it shouldn't ever have been a competition. What I realized driving home tonight was that he has never had motivation to do the right thing. Because right now, what is the right thing to do when your adult child gives you ultimatums? My tank is completely empty and I find that I am now doing the texting and calling because he has ceased communication since Wednesday morning. The projection, gaslighting, trickle-truthing etc. over the last 3 years has gotten me to his point where I am questioning whether my reaction to this is exaggerated and unnecessary. Apologies for the extremely long post. Wait. He cheated and you have to put up with this strange and unhealthy relationship with his daughter? Run. Far and fast. Enjoy your life and time with your child. This is what I have been advised by my friends too, and yet I keep hoping. I seriously think my brain has been messed up after the cheating and lying about it, so much so that I have lost touch with reality. A's, break this down. Do you work for your 55-year BF? Your 55-year BF has a 27-year daughter who interferes with your relationship with him. Your BF's daughter doesn't work and collects a paycheck from your BF's company. Your BF has cheated on you multiple times in the last 3 years. You allow your BF's daughter to be mean to your daughter. If your daughter came to you and described this situation, what would you advise her to do? Yes, I work for him. Rich dad's spoiled daughter. I don't think the financial situation of the daughter is your concern though. Besides, I don't think that would be a problem if that girl was the daughter of not only the man but also yours. Nobody cheats on the love of his life over and over again. He has included other women in your relationship other than his own daughter. The man does not show the necessary care to be a good partner. I don't understand why you have put up with all of this for him. You are right. The financial situation is not my concern at all. It irks me due to her being so involved in our relationship, yet she literally is weighted on hand and foot by dad, however he can't give the same emotional stability to the love of his life. What the hell? This is an infidelity subreddit. You wrote 2 vague sentences about your boyfriend cheating. You wrote paragraph after paragraph about his toxic adult daughter whose lifestyle benefits from tax fraud. I am clueless what advice you want, since clearly the actual cheating doesn't bother you. I only found out about gaslighting about 1.5 years ago. Up until then I had been questioning my reality. This was after a couple times of catching him out with pictures, texts, phone calls. I found out about trickle truthing and the pick-me dance a few months ago. The cheating has changed my persona to such an extent that I feel worthless. Due to this severe lack of confidence, I have decided to sign up with a PT, and my goal is to partake in a bikini fitness competition. The cheating definitely bothers me, and it does so every day. The minute I wake up my first feeling is dread, and my first thought is, what is he going to do today with a random woman? Yes, this is an infidelity sub, and unfortunately I haven't stopped doing the pick-me dance. It wasn't until the morning of the flight this week that I realized that the dance had been involving his daughter all along too. That's a huge mind duck. Why are you fighting for this? You're the only one who is. He isn't. Like at all. In the order of importance in his life it goes daughter, other women, other people, and you're at the bottom. How many trips has he told you could go on and buy the tickets and start planning, and only to have him go oops sorry, no can do. You can stay with him if you want, but nothing is going to get better. This will be your life now. And to top it all off, you're chasing him? No, if it were me I'd want that mother ducker to miss me and I wouldn't call or text till he did. You're making yourself too available to him and you're being a doormat. Stop it. What kind of example are you showing your daughter? That she can have love as long as she lets herself be used and be put on the back burner? That it's okay to stay with a man who treats you like this? Why am I fighting for this? There is no answer I can give you. I love him, however some have called it a trauma bond. I never used to be insecure about other women. Now when we go somewhere I look at another woman and I wonder exactly what about her would make him leap at the chance of being with her. Is it her long cascading hair, or is it because she is wearing that beautiful dress? Now I am growing my hair and I am starting training with a PT in order to be able to partake in a bikini fitness competition so I can go out there with a rocking body and wear any damn thing I like. I wonder if he is looking at her and imagining himself having sex with her. So, in all honesty, as I am sitting here, my body is shaking and I haven't eaten in 2 days. There is no reason I should want to stay, yet I can't seem to move. Does the daughter have a BF? Asking for a friend. No, but seriously, good luck. Leave the man to be nothing more than an ATM to his kid. That is a horrific setup. He will learn when he either runs out of money or needs help himself that he chose poorly. What is / was this girl's mother like? What happened there? It isn't really for this subreddit, but I guess it is in a way. I'd start making itemized lists. $50,000 to go play on a yacht, salary, mortgage and utilities. Then compare that to the gifts he gets you on a spreadsheet and highlight who is really only after him for one thing. The daughter does not have a BF. Lol. The mother was, according to my BF, a very abusive person. She still is apparently. Yes, I didn't think it was, but it kind of is for the sub. The pick-me dance has transcended into a different ball game. It's very confusing, confused face. Baby. Men do not pick. Don't play this game. You be the picker. Do it for your daughter. I don't know how to do that. People who know me say what a strong woman I used to be, and I don't remember her at all. That's okay. All I want you to realize right now is that male attention is 1, abundant, 2, of low value, and 3, almost entirely inauthentic. You do the picking. Stop trying to be picked. You will never succeed because men never pick. Absolutely love this comment. To paraphrase Don Henley, he should find her inner child and kick its little ass. Does she do the same to her mother, or is this childish behavior geared only towards daddy? As for your BF, it doesn't sound like he has prioritized you, cheating, deferring to his daughter's demanding tantrums. It sounds as if he likes the security of a relationship without putting in the work. Only you can know if you want to stay or go, but please prioritize your child and yourself when deciding. Blessings to you, and happy Mother's Day. Jesus, I want to kick that inner child's ass because her behavior borders on that of an HO, and my HO doesn't even behave this way. I would love nothing more than to punch her square in the face and then him. The absolute rage I feel is debilitating. She does not do this with her mother at all. She hasn't even tried, cause her mother has told her where to get off. The mother has called her daughter spawn of Satan. Probably a very messy relationship there too. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.